What's up? I just want to chat. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay, hi beauties, it's Brittany Alyssa for my second part to my video. If I look like I did a video, it's because I did. So this video is a video that I felt compelled to make because there's a lot of stigmas going around, there's a lot of misinformation, and I just wanted to clear some things up. I have had some background in this. I've known a couple friends and family members who also had some background in it, and I just want to clear the fucking air. So today's video is going to be about the difference between prostitution and sugar babies or gold digging. So jumping right into this video, people have an ignorant opinion that for some strange reason, if you are a gold digger or if you are a sugar baby, that automatically you are considered a prostitute. Now, that's ignorant as fuck, because just because you have an arrangement with someone, now let's clear something up, let's rewind. Gold digging and sugar babies, what's the difference? Okay, so a gold digger just gets with men for money. They look for a man, if he has money, that's the man that they typically go for. Now, sugar babies are a little different. Sugar babies are mutual arrangements that the sugar daddy and the sugar baby come to what works for them. It's sort of kind of like a business arrangement if you call it that. And with gold digging, the person you are digging on for gold might not know that you're a gold digger. I'm just saying, he might not. He might know, he might not know, but it's not really an arrangement. So, in prostitution, obviously, is when you have sex with people for money. Come on, obviously everyone knows that. Hoes, prostitutes, escorts, all in the same boat. Now, getting back to what I was saying, and this video is lighthearted, so don't take this the wrong way. I don't want to offend anyone because I just literally want to clear the air. Now, typically, not all the time, a sugar baby goes for an older guy. And the reason why she goes for an older guy is because usually men who want arrangements have been divorced or have kids, or unfortunately some of them are married and they don't want really a commitment. So an arrangement works better for them. Now, how it's different is just because, and I'm not saying that all of sugar babies don't sleep with their sugar daddies, but just because you are a sugar baby does not mean that you're sleeping with your sugar daddy. Now, I'm not gonna lie and say that maybe if she's sleeping with him, she's not gonna get more. That might be the case, but it's not necessarily the arrangement. Now, there are websites like Syncing Arrangement, Arrangement Finders, who help said sugar baby and sugar daddy find their significant other, if you want to call it that. But it pretty much is considered taboo today, and I don't know why, because it happens a lot more now, and it's a lot more talked about now, but it's still considered like, oh my god, she's a hoe. No, because she's not necessarily opening her legs to this guy. Now, speaking from personal experience, when I was younger, in my teens, I had a couple business relationships where I would never even talk to the dudes half the time. It would be on when they wanted to talk to me. Never really even met them. It was more like an online type of situation. Hey, Christmas is coming up. My sugar daddy would grant me some money. I'm not gonna say numbers. Some money, here, treat yourself to this, treat yourself to that. Would you like to take this trip? I never really wanted to go on trips because I never really wanted to meet the people. That part always made me feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I used to talk to my sugar daddies like, hey, how's your day? How's it going? If they're having a rough day in corporate America, basically trying to de-stress them over the phone. And yes, FaceTime too, but never meeting an actual person, meeting in person. So I hate the fact that people think and automatically assume that if you are a sugar baby, you are sleeping with these people, which would make you a fucking prostitute, which would make the whole shit illegal, and therefore discounting and discrediting these websites like Seek an Arrangement and Arrangement Finder, just to name a few. people like arrangements. If I don't want a relationship with you and I like older men, should I therefore lie to you and say, hey, Bob, I want to marry you and have your kids? That's fucking disgusting. No, Bob, I don't want to have your fucking kids, but you have a lot of money. And it sounds really bad when you say it out loud. But I like to go out, I want to have fun, I want to be free. And he's like, I don't want to have sex with you. I want a lady companion who I take to Miami every once in a while, or I want someone who I treat to dinner when I'm having a really rough day in my real life. Listen, to each their own. I'm married now, but when I was a teenager, that was a part of a life that I was in. And I don't think that it should be like your nose turned down at it if you don't understand it. I honestly believe that if you don't understand it, you should ask questions. And that's why people like me make freaking videos like this, so that you can get a better understanding. It's better to go in a situation being completely honest than it is to lie. Because God forbid Bob falls in love with me and then all I wanted was Bob to take me on trips, and then now what? Now I've got a freaking crazy stalker on my hands. And say for Bob is looking for sex, and I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for somebody just to spoil me, because that is the term in the sugar baby community. Spoiling her, spoiling him, all of those other good things, because there are cougars too who do this. So I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea, and people shouldn't get the wrong idea. If you set an arrangement, if you set a business, I don't want to say proposition because that's a really bad word. If you set a business arrangement, you should stick to it. 1, 2, always be true to yourself. Don't think that this married man over here is going to freaking wine and dine you and then it's going to turn into your freaking husband 10 years down the line. Girl, you're kidding yourself. And these men should not think that if you're with a woman who you are only spending money on, that eventually she's gonna turn into your fucking wife. That is inaccurate. Unless you want a wife who you're gonna freaking have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a weekly basis. Who wants to have a relationship like that? I think the whole sugar baby thing is a more of a convenience. If you're in college or you're in a really tight spot, or you just like the glitz and glam of life, like jewelry and cars and trips and all that other stuff, go for it. But the difference between prostitution is not every single sugar baby is sleeping with her fucking sugar daddy. Please get that shit out of your head. That is not happening. There are some who do. There are some arrangements where he's like, listen, I'm gonna be in New York on Tuesday and I want 4 hours of your time. And because he's bought her a car, taking her on trips, she's like, okay, I'll do it. To each their own. That wasn't my cup of tea. That is prostitution, and I vowed that I would never sell my like, I'm sorry, gifts are not worth you getting, because once I give that to you, I can never have that back. But yeah, to each their own. But I just wanted to set the record straight. There's a huge difference. And gold diggers, what you're doing is wrong, because be honest. If all you want is his change in his pocket and you're worried about his 401k and his retirement fund and his pension, then be honest with him about it. And then if he tells you to kick rocks because he's looking for a future wife, you can go find someone who actually wants to wine and dine you. I say it like this, and this is my closing argument, because it's not an argument, but my closing conversation piece. In relationships, there is a give and receive and take and return in every single relationship. In relationships, even in a marriage, someone pays the rent, either you split it, one person pays the rent, one person's in charge of cars, one person's in charge of overhead bills and all of this other stuff. Either way, it's an arrangement. You sit and you say, we're gonna combine our funds and we're gonna become one. The only difference is when you're combining your funds in a marriage, you're not really expecting anything in return. It just becomes like second nature. When you're in an arrangement, you're expecting something. But either way, when you're dating, so let's say I like Billy. I expect Billy to pay for a couple of our dates. Nowadays in 2016, Billy might expect you to pay for your dates too. But that's why it's cool to communicate and be open and honest of what your expectations are. but it is give and receive, unfortunately. That is the world that we live in. That is the way that society has bred us in this dating world, in this married world. We expect when we give. I'm sorry, it fucking sucks, but it is what it is. Now, I'm not saying that if you are going on a date with Billy and you pay for the date and Billy expects sex from you, that's right either, but to each their own. Each situation has its own dynamics, pretty much, to sum it up. And each situation, if you're always open and honest about what your expectations are, then you will find the right person for you. There are men out here who are 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, willing to take women who are 18 to 40 on trips and vacations just for their time. There are men who are 40 years old who want marriage and had a failed marriage and know exactly what to look for. Depending on your situation is depending what you want. And all I'm saying is, get the stigma out of your head. Prostitution and freaking sugar babies are different. Gold diggers and sugar babies are still different too. Even though gold digger, they would call sugar babies gold diggers too, but now it's a new term because it's the whole arrangement type of situation. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this ranting video. I just wanted to clear the air. I truly hope that I didn't offend anyone because that's not my goal here. My goal is just to shed some light on a little bit of experience that I had and to set the record straight. For more talking videos, chit-chat videos like this, leave a comment down below. All of my social media and how to get in contact with me is down below. Any questions, again, I'm open and honest. Leave it down below. I try to get back to all of you guys who leave messages and comments and stuff like that because that's what I do. I want to make you guys feel comfortable. So don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And for more videos, leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And now you know the difference between prostitution and sugar babies. Bye, beauties.